I'm Steve Shinn, one of the leaders of the local chapter of the National Association of the Remodeling Industry here in the Phoenix area. I've had the honor of being president for this organization on 2 different occasions and to associate with many other fine remodelers. My company is Homework Remodels. Started that in 2005. I also have another company, Tri-Light Builders, who I took leadership of about 6, going on 7 years ago. I joined NARI about a year after I started my company. That was one of the requirements. I'd have joined sooner if I could have. I had read about NARI in some of the trade magazines and admired the accomplishments of the people I was reading about. And I was starting a business out of a previous business I had. I had a high-end handyman business where I was doing hands-on work. And I wanted to, I knew I was good at the hands-on work, but I knew I was probably, like so many people, deficient in what it takes to run a successful remodeling business. In fact, I think that a good deal of the problems that homeowners have with remodelers is because of that deficiency. People that are very talented at their work, but not so good at the business side. Anyway, I joined NARI to associate with those other contractors who had achieved what I aspired to. And I reflect now sometimes that I am one of those people, and it pleases me. I wanted to, as I joined that organization, I realized that they had, of course, a very strong ethical position that they had taken, and I was very good with that. I like to sleep at night, so I like to do things right. They also have a very strong educational component, and over time, I took part in 4 of their national certification programs and have achieved all 4. I achieved the Green Certified Professional first, Universal Design Certified Professional second, Certified Remodeler third, and Certified Kitchen and Bathroom Remodeler fourth. I can say now I'm truly certifiable. So that's, and that's all been good. All of that has taught me a lot of what it takes to run a business. It's given me confidence to know that I am running my business by national standards. I don't have to apologize to anybody for what we charge, because, so many contractors, well, I'm saying that wrong, so many homeowners, when you meet them, are looking for things on the cheap. And if you're going to do things right, you can't do it on the cheap. So I have that confidence now, and thanks be to NARI. We have generally monthly meetings. Those meetings have evolved over the years. I like how they are now. We are focused on general contractors to start with. We have what we call a roundtable meeting, where general contractors get together and we discuss topics of interest to us. One thing that I'd speak to about that is that something that you won't find any place else in the remodeling world is amongst the general contractors in this organization. None of them treat each other like we're competitors. We're all associates. If one of my subcontractors goes south on me for whatever reason, he gets too busy chasing big commercial jobs or whatever to care about a remodeler such as myself, I can reach out to those other contractors and they will share with me somebody they've vetted, somebody they have experience with. It's such a plus. And of course I do that back with them. And I've had to rely on that many, many times. I'll say one other thing about something that I've gained over the years. On my very first meeting I had with the NARI organization, I met Wayne Mindy. I was really impressed by that. He was past president of the organization, and I read about his company in the trade magazines. I felt like a very small fish in his big pond. He was past president of this organization, took me under his wing, sat with him at that first meeting. He answered 100 questions I had. He was so giving. I got to be friends with him over the years. And about 6 years ago, his health took a turn for the worse. And he and his wife approached me to take over their company. They knew, because of my education through NARI, that I would lead their company exactly like they did. And for 6 years, I've done that without a hiccup. We've pleased every Tri-Lake client that came our way, and I'm so happy for them and happy for myself. That came to us in the midst of the recession here in the Valley, so you can imagine it was definitely a plus. This last year, another contractor, George Burnell, retired. Now he refers all his business to me, to our company. So those are certainly some benefits that I've received out of this organization, just by knowing the other contractors, having them know me, having them trust me. So it's all been good. Our organization also has a nice networking component to our meetings, where I get to meet a lot of subcontractors that other contractors have invited to the meeting, as well as they get to meet ones I've invited. There has been other subcontractors that have become a part of our business. Donnie Fargo, of Fargo Painting, he joined our organization, and now, well, he participated. He was very active in some committees, and I invited him onto the board. He became an active member of the board, later became president of this organization. He's been painting for me for years, and I know he paints for a good share of the other contractors. So, this is a very positive thing, and that's the case with a number of the other subcontractors that come to these meetings. So if you're watching this and you feel there might be a chance that you don't know what you don't know, this could be a good opportunity. You could associate with these other general contractors and ask your questions. Maybe you don't even ask questions. Maybe you just hear them talking amongst themselves and find that there's better ways to do these things. You could grow professionally. I like to look back 1 year from any point in time and see that I've had professional growth. And if you're like that, I would highly recommend joining the Greater Phoenix chapter of the National Association of the Remodeling Industry. Thank you.